Alright, here we go on now. The chart's done. See me? But not the show.
Yeah.
Here we go on now, Bridge Nation. We have something we call The Reasoning. The title is tentative until we can get sponsorship and them take it up. But right now we call it The Reasoning because essentially what we do is that we're going to reason with guests who are doing fantastic stuff in terms of defending, protecting, promoting the lovely ecosystem that we call dancehall. You understand what I mean? Say reggae as well. Cause we're not gonna fight reggae.
Dancehall and reggae one thing, but everybody knows.
Chronix said that one time and then go on like they want to fight him. Say, okay, I thought you Chronix. Pick up yourself, Chronix. But yeah. So right now we have two general in studio, Jerusalem. And part of the reason why I wanted them on the show is because despite the fact that them have a bad concert we're gonna drop tomorrow, we're gonna talk more about that. The concept behind the concert, the concept behind the movement, I think is very powerful. I think it's a blueprint. I think it's a little strategic way for young talent for kind of get them music and get them craft out there. But without further ado, without a bag of chatting, I'm gonna introduce Chris Malachi and BoomDraw to the Bridge Show.
Yeah, greetings.
It's an honor. We're there, bro. We're there.
It's great to be here.
Yeah, man. Our pleasure, guys. Now, as we said, so the reasoning, we'll just get the headline reasoning because I had to write it down because it was a prolific moment for me. The reasoning is creating your own platform, you see me, in order to push your craft. You understand what I'm saying? And the reason why I think this mindset is very important because a lot of artists, whether it be the persons who are on the stage, persons behind the scenes or beyond the scenes, whatever you want to call it, everybody want to find a way to get their work out there. You see me? And the reason why I like what you guys are doing with Work and Play live is that you guys are basically taking matters in your own hands, in a sense, and say you're not gonna sit down and wait on an annual festival.
Exactly.
You see me, for push the music or push what you guys are doing.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's gonna be my first question. You see me?
Hold on. Before you even get to the
go on.
I want to know the difference between Malachi and BoomDraw.
I am so sorry. I am so sorry. All right, so guys, introduce yourself because I forget some actually know Chris. All right, so Chris, you first. Who is Chris Malachi?
Yeah, man. So my name is Chris Malachi. I'm the artist.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, man. My name is BoomDraw. So I'm the producer for the project, and it's a whole experience that we're building. So definitely I feel like like producing and creative direction is my role in all of it.
So essentially, an executive producer.
Well, no, the executive producers usually just have the idea and spend the money.
And the money.
But in that case, we are both executive producers.
Right, man. It's on Work and Play. The whole experience is a 50-50 joint venture between Chris Malachi and I.
Yeah, so we're exec producer too.
Yeah, man.
So explain the concept now, like on just
Work and Play.
Yeah, the Work and Play concept.
Yeah, so talk to us about Work and Play.
Yeah, man.
Vibes right now, yeah.
So Work and Play is the name of the live show, well as the name of the mixtape that me and him are working on, me and BoomDraw, and how that concept come about now. So it starts with if you listen to the Graveyard Shift song, working, I realized that a lot of my other songs at the time that I was writing was about work and building my vision and going after what you want in life and thing. So we start to say, alright, we want to make this our brand right now. This is what we want to advocate for make it cool and attractive and important. Just that idea of working for what you want and building for what you want, and that is what we stand for, and that is what we are run with,
Respect,
so if and the whole thing about Work and Play as it extends to the live show, which is tomorrow, by the way, February 18 up at Dub Club. All right.
Yeah.
It's also this thing as we want to build that ecosystem for ourselves even before we are the biggest thing. So we have this brand going, we can keep a show, we have the mixtape, we can put on a sound system show, we can put on we can sell merch, we can do so many things. I think enough time as artists we don't realize the real power that we have. Sometimes we just want to wait till we reach the number one chart. Then there's a lot more things that we believe we can do to take us there.
And before I ask my question, Jerusalem, I'm telling you something about BoomDraw. I can already tell that he's quite modest. I know that this is he's a but we not media, so it's our job to sensationalize things and things, isn't it?
No, go ahead.
Yeah. He's a Grammy nominated producer. He never want to set up party. But whatever. So the Work and Play project is definitely in safe hands with you guys, and I really love what's happening. But so back to the mindset, because we're gonna talk about the live show tomorrow, because I don't know we have to feature it and show our strength. But the vibe I want to find out is how important is it, especially from a producer's perspective, BoomDraw? How important is it to create your own platform?
It's essential nowadays, especially like, you know, in the ecosystem that we're in with music and entertainment, you know, like there's this term that gets used a lot nowadays called leverage or leverage, however you want to pronounce it, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's the expectation that as an artist or as a entertainer, you need to build your own platform and have your own, you know, infrastructure around you before you can rely on like
label?
Before you can rely on like a larger entity like a label or even a company for like brand sponsorship. You know what I mean? Because you know it takes a lot of proving in music, you know what I mean? And it's like we're not short of talent in Jamaica. Everybody talented, down to, you know, the man who I chop jelly on the side of the road can bust a mad freestyle, you know what I mean? So you know, it's focusing on that fact that nowadays especially we need to be doing as much as possible and to kind of build up like, you know, like how you say, like a vertically oriented system around yourself. So, you know, like we're doing the mixtape and the live show and the merch and you know, CDs and one whole heap of other things to come. So, you know, we'll have more tricks up the sleeve.
My question to you guys, and it's much respect for what you guys trying to do, but how you work out the economics doing all of this, because it's not cheap to can provide some of these stuff, like forget your own venue in terms of like, you know.
Well, go ahead.
I mean, it may not be cheap, but at the same time we have to invest in our craft. So we are proud to be our first investors.
True.
You know, and
that's good. Yeah.
If you look at it, we do these stuff in other fields, meaning like how much money for go med school, how much money for go law school,
10,000 from where you're already, right?
Yeah, man.
So it's like if that means say yo, no for we have. Me have to do some side job here, so and here, so and here, so him have to do the same. Just to invest in something that we believe will grow.
True.
Then we do it gladly, you know.
And then other people will invest after them. Say you guys.
Yeah, because sometimes.
Because if you speak about other investments, we do have some corporate sponsorship on the show as well.
Man.
Yeah, man.
You can pick them up, man.
Yeah, man. VM group. So me I wear the shirt today, man.
I want one of the side hustle in the video. Can I see a 49 shirt? I said, well, I that.
Yeah, man,
smart.
definitely. So
Visual
we want to thank, you know, definitely big thanks to, you know, VM Wealth Management Limited for, you know, they actually reached out to Chris to be a part of what it is that he was doing after a performance he made, you know. And then, you know, we're also sponsored by everymickle.com, which is like a brand that builds a lot of like financial literacy tools for the local market, as well as Wengi Kofire creative consulting, who are, you know, they're assisting us with the production of the show and you know, the organization of it, you know. And it's really just, you know, you can't control the cards that you get dealt, but you have to play. You have to play your hand to the best of your ability, you know. So yeah, definitely keeping a show is not easy or cheap. You know, luckily for us, you know, we have certain other streams of income or certain access to things that kind of reduce the cost a little bit, as well as the sponsors stepping in and helping us with some of the costs. But it's still very expensive to put on like a properly produced like live show in terms of like having a full band, rehearsals and buying shirts, printing merch, you know, driving up and down, even, you know, dropping home the musicians, and you know, picking up things, and you know, getting photo shoot for the merch, which, you know, the merch I'm wearing right now, it's going to be available at the show and afterwards. You know what I mean? So, you know, to be honest, like, it's back to what Chris was saying about like what is a worthwhile investment for you, you know what I mean? Cause no shade, like some artists find it worthwhile for them to buy views on YouTube, for example, and you know, you're gonna spend a few $100s on a stream farm to do that for you, and then eventually, you know, the YouTube algorithm is catching up now. So you know, how effective is that really, as opposed to you take up a couple bands and go buy some t-shirts and go print some t-shirts and say, yo, I might think this, you know, support the thing, because ultimately that return on investment is going to do way more for you than YouTube views or streams, which is part of the whole building the platform, because you have to build your platform so you can find out who in your audience really cares enough to spend that money with you, and then you need to identify those people, track them, and then serve them as best as possible.
No, respect. So, no, BoomDraw, obviously, you know, you guys have a chemistry going on, but, you know, because I can tell that you have a business-oriented mind already bringing to the project. was it an easy yes when Chris linked you? How did the collab even happen for Work and Play? Was it an easy yes?
Of course, no, yeah, man. It was almost like we had the same thought at the time, you know, because like Chris and I have been familiar with each other for a long time now, just being peers in music, and then just, you know, as everybody goes on in their careers, and we're saying, okay, you know, for example, you know, like I got the Grammy nomination for producing a song with Jesse Royal on his album.
Yeah.
So
What's the name of the song? Can you kind of
yeah. So yeah, man, on Jesse Royal's album Royal, I produced track 8 Black.
Yeah.
And yeah, so just following from that, I'm saying, okay, cool, you know, I did that thing, but what is, you know, for me, it's always about the journey, you know. So I'm saying, all right, what's next? So well, for me as a producer, okay, I produce a one song upon an album. So now I want to lock in with the artist and do a full body of work. And I've admired Chris's talent for a while, you know.
True.
So when he and I kind of got in contact with each other, we're saying, yo, you know, we should do something. And then from in like October, November, when we first started speaking about this, we planned loosely this whole thing in terms of the live show and everything as a part of the mixtape experience. So yeah, it was definitely an easy yes. Chris and I are definitely on the same page most of the time as it relates to creative decisions and financial decisions. So it's really been an effort, but it's been an easy effort to make.
I understand that. I understand that. No, so the question that I came up with when I saw everything coming together, Chris, is that we've seen it, especially in recent years, we've seen artists kind of take this initiative, and I call it an initiative because a lot of them just sit down and think things going to come their way. So I'm talking like, we talk about artists like the Popcorn, the Protos, you know, the Alkalines, who say, you know what, we have a body of work, you know, and let us keep our own show, let's keep our own stage shows or whatever it want to be. Even like Bounty Killer Jerusalem, we keep him in part of them. You see me?
Yeah, it kind of help up with the ecosystem for the local dancehall artists.
If Bounty have a new tune, him just say, yo, DJ,
Bounty Sundays.
play my music, you understand me? Were any of these shows inspired you guys to make this decision?
Yeah, for me personally. So yo, I remember when Protege and Chronix them was just coming up.
Yeah.
Me used to go them show there. And for me as a youth, that was some of the first times me did feel like Jamaican culture was being put to me as an individual, because they were so fresh with it and innovative with it. I remember even going to the shows and being amazed by the simple things like the tent them.
Yeah.
Because you know why? Because that's when I started to first understand the whole importance of an ecosystem, because they were using their friends with their own businesses to sell the food, and the next one with them own business to sell the drinks, and wanna control the merch, and it's like you create an entire system for a whole group of people to benefit off of. So yo, even in spaces like these, we have to give thanks for you know with BoomDraw is a thing where it's important for us as creatives to reach across. Look for the people around us on our level who can use some benefit building up. Because sometimes when you come in as new artists, you're looking up, you want to say, and if you collaborate with that guy up there and that guy, when
not knowing you have a community already.
We have a community around us, you know, and so them thing the way I try to do.
I appreciate that. Now, Romy, I'm going to challenge you. Romy up on the phone. I'm going to challenge you with something. I want you to check the email, because I send a bad song from Chris Malachi. Check the email, you see me? But then
which one you want? The Grave Shift?
Graveyard Shift, I have to play, bro.
Yeah, man, it there.
Oh, you have it already?
Yeah,
man. What you pressure Romy for?
No, because we might have to load up, you know.
But I also want the Wap Wap freestyle. Come here, Chris Malachi up on a Wap Wap freestyle.
Yeah, man, that's a part of the mixtape.
Yeah, man, that kind of surprised me.
So, BoomDraw, you produce these songs, by the way? That's
so I didn't build all of the rhythms necessarily, so we're doing it more as like a selector artist mixtape format. You know what I mean? So I produce it in terms of like picking the beat, you know, we pick the beats together and
still
like
production.
Definitely that's the production. But I want to be clear, because obviously, like, you know, you're gonna play Wap Wap rhythm and never be or like even the Graveyard Shift rhythm. That's not my rhythm. That was one of Chris's songs that was already out. So you know, I definitely produced the mixtape, and it's gonna be a whole listening experience, you know, because it's gonna sound like a radio interview just like this. You know, we have Johnny Daly as the host of the mixtape, you know what I mean? And trust me, man,
that's sick,
enough more things in store, man.
I like that. So before I ask the next question, I want to hear the song, make Bridge Nation understand the talent of where I work with, so they can follow out tomorrow. This is Chris Malachi, Graveyard Shift.
Yeah.
Yes, hear it.
just the baddest dogs get the pound, so you can't slide nor slip. Cause when you fall underground, yes, in the graveyard shift. When the smoke clears, you're all alone. You can't close your eyes too long. Make a wrong move, then you run your own. But the heights of great men reach and kept stay. Burning up the aisle while the weak one slept. I hide my tears, I bleed, I sweat. Looking for the light in the midnight. Working. From the still dance, the yard when we hurting. Working in the graveyard. Say I'm working hard.
Me and Son Chris, I can't dare not give a piece. You have to give a piece, Chris.
Yeah, man, see it then.
Here we go.
Making a living in the cemetery, but thank God for life. Though the workload hard and very heavy, me I get piece of the pie. Cause me now prefix up penitentiary. Me I work for your life when I'm in get for see no sleeping. No me not brown but me bleach all night. Now stop to my goals them reach. My pot can't empty when me work hard from morning to 10 p.m. Life real no play pen or pretend. So don't try play foul and take me hand. Cause the heights that great men reach and kept stay. Burning up the oil while weak one slept. I hide my tears, I bleed, I sweat. Looking for the light in the midnight. Say we working. From dusk till dawn. Yeah, when we hurting. Working in the graveyard. Say we
When they think of chatting.
Yeah, Jade. It's on tough life, Bridget. Nah, big up.
So you can imagine what go on tomorrow. Bridge Nation, make you know what go on. It's called the Work and Play Live. What can I call it? A concert, an experience? What you want to call it, BoomDraw? Hold on, give me a second. Go on again.
Yeah, man, got me. Yeah, so Work and Play Live is gonna be, it's the concert experience that's a part of the work and the general Work and Play umbrella. So it's gonna be a mixtape that's gonna come out literally right after the show. It's the concert experience, and it's gonna be more stuff that people are gonna be able to engage with in terms of a whole experience. Like I said,
respect, man, respect. Now, Chris. The question, it's not really a final question. It's only a final question because of the time. I know a few o'clock. But how important is live performing for you? Cause we just get a little vibe a while ago.
I'm gonna want to go on this.
Yeah,
we're the same thing we in the video with. I'm more know the reason behind that.
Oh, you explain it to me. So yeah, Bridge Nation, because just in case you don't use the streaming platform.
Yeah.
So in the music video for Graveyard Shift, Chris is wearing what we can call it, a jumpsuit.
It's an overall.
It's overalls, yeah.
Yeah, and Chris wears this overall everywhere.
Even for the interview.
Interviews, if I even Zoom call him depon. Probably even phone call too. We don't know.
Yeah.
So Chris, what is the mindset behind you going everywhere in this jumpsuit?
That is just my part. That is just my way of creating a story.
True.
Creating an experience that carries out into real life. And just that whole idea of working. When we have on them work suit, it's like it does something to my psyche.
That serious thing,
that me really have to
it's work mode.
Work mode. It's
I got a jumpsuit for the show too.
You get one to BoomDraw.
I swear. And then so even when I tried on the jumpsuit earlier this week, I said, no man,
mentality.
Something to get one to call Kumar Fire going to be on the show as well. Kumar got have his own beats.
Kumar got his own beats, man. But even the band have on some reflective vest and everything. It's like I say, it's a whole theme. Branding consistency and all of that.
I like it.
And that is just our way of again, just making work. Cool.
Chris.
That's the idea of doing something,
man, speaking of making work cool. Cause we know you guys go have the shirt, Bridge Nation, you say BoomDraw every time. If it's overalls for that too, just for think about it like on the show Lego. So my overalls.
That's a chapter 2 of the merch, I want to bring it up,
you can't give with the things so early.
That's not true. Well, yeah, Bridge Nation, here we go on. It's all about the Work and Play Live concert experience at Kingston Dub Club. It's 7B Skyline Drive, right, BoomDraw? Sunday. It was Sunday. Saturday. Tomorrow. February 18th. Or 7 p.m. to 11, right?
7 to 11. Please reach early.
As well.
Featuring Kumar
Fire. Big up Kumar.
It's not a late dance. It's an early dance.
We're
running on time. Please come and take in the whole experience because we worked very hard on this live set. You know what I mean? Even up to last night, it's 1:30 we leave up at Dub Club doing stage rehearsal and them thing there.
We appreciate the effort, man.
Really want people to come out early and get the full experience that we crafted for you guys.
Respect, man. Well, Bridge Nation, you heard it from BoomDraw, Chris Malachi himself. Bad show tomorrow. I have to make an appearance. Jerusalem, you know, me normally kind of itchy with it. Yeah, I have to make an appearance at time.
Hey, him not got nowhere.
Yeah, no, it's hard.
For get him to actually leave.
Nah, man, I'm really love the movement.
Guys.
So, guys, good luck tomorrow. You see me? Enough respect. Bridge Nation, you know, I always say when the show done, though. Straight up, never down, our worst now turn around. We're just moving forward with the great dancehall sound. This has been the Bridge Charge Show. Jerusalem, pick up yourself, bro.
Yes, sir.
Little bit, Bridge Nation.
Supporting reggae music, live music, positive music. One love, everybody.